Alright guys, I want to show you, this is the 2.4 Jeep Cherokee Latitude. This is a 2014. This process is almost the same for other size engines. This 2.4 is also used in a lot of other vehicles of the same make. This radiator job is pretty complicated to do, and there's not much of it on the internet. I don't have the proper setup to video the whole thing while I'm out here. But I was going to show you in detail exactly what you need to take off and what the most difficult parts will be that you need to be prepared for mentally and all that. So this is the first piece that comes off. This is the plastic that covers this. There's only push pins that are in it, just like that. They're together and you pry them apart with a flathead screwdriver or a special tool. Once you get all those off, this piece will just simply come off. You'll also have to take your air two-piece off. First you'll take this piece off, and then there will be this as well. See how you just pull it off like that. There's a 10mm that will be essentially right here. Once you get down to this spot, this is the front of the engine, driver's side, passenger side. You have this 10mm to take off. So some of the push clips were already gone off this car, but that's where that 10mm is right there. It sets here. You take the air piece off, and then that piece there slides out of these grooves. Once you get those two off, you'll have to take off your bolts. There's 10mm. Here, there. You also have to take some electronic connectors off. You got one here. Then you'll have a large plug right here that goes to your fan. And this was underneath that piece, but it should be on top. So make sure you put it on back together correctly. You'll have these really aggressive plastic connections that go into that, so I'd recommend buying the special tool to pry those off. It's like a little crowbar with a toe in it, or you can use one of these. Just don't cut them, just slide them under and pry them off. You'll pull this up, and then this piece right here goes to your horn, right there. You pull this green piece back like that. Not so I wouldn't come back, but that's its lock position. You push that plastic back, and then you press on that green piece right here, and it will slide off. Make sure to take some pictures so you know exactly how everything goes together. Another interesting piece you have to take apart is your hood latch cable. It's not as hard as it looks though. It'll be setting in a box like this. Push those clips in and it will open, and you'll see it resting right on there. And then what you'll do is you'll take this piece out. It'll be in there like that. You pull it out and angle it, and that cable will come undone. Then you just pull this back there, tuck it in, and watch how this cable goes through. All of it will be on the front side of the condenser, which is this, like that. So you can just tuck it back here visibly where you can see it when you put it back together. The next complicated part will be getting these plastic pieces off. They're in the front and here. This is the bottom piece. So they'll be resting like this. This is on the passenger side. As you can see, there's the steering wheel. So you'll need to kind of twist them and disconnect these, and you can leave them down in there. I took them out to show you. So that's one. This is the second one, and this has your temperature unit on it. There's the plug for it. You have to take some pins out. The plastic pieces that hold the cable, which is right here. and it will rest down in there and connect to it. So like I said, there's two plastic pieces there. This one was already broken. It came out pretty easy, but that's what those look like. Once you get those two out, then you'll take your brackets out. These have 10mm and 2mm. They're kind of hard to wiggle out there. I saw where some people did it, it was pretty easy, but I think it's where this is a 2.4, it's more difficult. So it will set, I believe, like this, and then you will have no, I'm sorry, it will set, I believe it was set like this, and you'll have one bolt there. See how the bolt goes in to that hole, and this will go in there. Then you'll have one on the opposite side right there, and then you have one down there. That one was already missing, but it will be 8mm, and you'll have to move the AC plug to the side and use a swivel and an adapter to get to it. So 10 mils and 8 mils, or 5/16 and 10 mils, what you're going to be using practically for the whole job. So once you get this bracket off, you'll come over here and take the other bracket off, and you're going to have to wiggle it a bit and then pry them off the sides. You'll see the grommet on the well, the old one's back in the box, but grommets go over this piece right here. This is the top of the radiator on the driver's side, and this is facing inward. You have to take these grommets off and put them on the new one, and make sure you put the old clips back on it if your new radiator doesn't have it. These are what let the radiator rest in its nest. Also, when you reconnect that lower radiator hose, make sure to lubricate this, some dielectric grease or just regular grease, anything for the O-ring, because these will leak. And then I just go ahead and put some on the top. Now if your radiator hasn't been changed yet, or it's been changed by the dealer, it will have a one-time use clamp on it, which you can watch in other videos. I guess someone already had the radiator or alternator changed in the past, so this had a simple clamp on it. But make sure you bring a new clamp with you, and that old one that you have to destroy, use a flathead and probably some of these, and you'll just have to rip it apart, but be gentle because it can break pretty easy. To get your condenser and everything off of your radiator, you'll have 10 mil there, 10 mil down there. Same with this side, I believe. Well, I think this side maybe has 2. Also, you have to drain your fluid. So this was off the old radiator. It'd be back down in here. This was already empty, so I didn't have to drain that much. But if yours is full, you will have to take that lower panel off. You'll have to jack the car up, and it will be a lot of 10mm bolts, and this whole plastic cover will come off, and you'll have access to that to drain it without any problems. You also have some connectors to disconnect on your radiator fan, and make sure before you start buying the part, you know if yours is a single fan or dual fan. This is the single. You can see how there's just one electric motor for the whole fan assembly with one fan on it, and you should be able to get your fan assembly out without taking these out. This one was already falling off when I got under there. There's that clip that goes into this, and then you have the clip that we disconnected earlier that goes up to the top. You'll have a 8mm there and an 8mm there, and then the bottom, it will seat itself down on the radiator itself, which will be I believe it connects right here. So hopefully this is the right fan. Yeah, my bad. This is the bottom where it connects. See how it clips down to there? Make sure to twist the fan when you get it in there. Make sure it's in those latches so you don't have any problems. This is where the two 8mm bolts go when you put it back together. Now the most difficult part of this job is going to be dealing with this right here, because it wants to fit down right into this groove, which is right here. So you're going to have to angle it and slide it in that slot pretty much simultaneously. And I've seen where some people on YouTube cut the lower plastic bracket off, which isn't really going to hurt at all because these don't vibrate. And that's going to make your job a whole lot easier. I'm going to do it without it, but if you want to, as long as you don't damage the plastic, if you just cut off the edge right here, that will help you out a lot. So just keep that in mind. So you'll put the radiator back in, and then you'll put your fan in second, and vice versa with taking it out. You'll bend all this forward, take your fan out, and then you'll have to wiggle your radiator out, which will be the most difficult part of the job. Just make sure to take a lot of pictures, try to organize your bolts and plastic clips so you don't lose any of it, and just take your time, as if you're doing it yourself you will definitely be saving a lot of money. Hope this video helped. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask.